I'll make a film about it, I promise. But 19.47 is a critical number for hyperdimensional physics. So this researcher applied that to the knowledge of the Great Pyramid seal on the dollar bill. And by multiplying the 12 courses by 19.47, we end up with the date, and then adding that number to the 1776, which is at the bottom of the pyramid. You add that to this date, and you come to the date of July 4th, 2009. So all of a sudden, this pyramid with the capstone hanging above it is highlighting the 4th of July this year. Now, if you take that same computation, you take the 19.47 and you multiply it times 12.12121212, and multiply that times 19.47 and add that number to the 1776, you come to the year 2012 with the eye in the pyramid. More on this on the other side. All right, welcome back to the Freezone here on Oracle Broadcasting. Now, if you want to get more of this story, I'm going to get it up on freemantv.com. Please visit and have a look. There's lots of interesting and informative information on there for you, and crazy wild madness as well. I hope to entertain as well as inform. So freemantv.com is the place for all that information. So here it is, folks, the prediction. What I'm seeing is a culmination of events that are going to lead to a massive strife in the Middle East on the 4th of July at the Temple Mount. I believe that there is going to be a symbolic recapture of the Temple Mount by the Templars on the 4th of July this year. This is what I see coming from the different signs and symbols that I've been synchronistically pulling together. I don't know why I get this stuff, and I don't know where it comes from, but I put it out there, and I turn out being right. I take it in a grain of salt usually. I'm just like, well, yeah, I know. Everything's going according to plan. But as we're looking into Barack Akhenaten's ideas, he is definitely working towards pushing Israel's borders to pre-1967 borders. And that this is going to come into a meltdown here. And so it is my belief that the Temple Mount will in some way, be it extraterrestrial, I don't know, could there be a massive arrival on the Temple Mount on the 4th of July? Honestly, I always have to look a bit deeper, and there's a few things that I tend to miss that give me the deeper clues to the mystery. But yet, the dates become clear. The symbolism becomes clear. Each one of the predictions that I've made has been due to the Templar Masonic symbolism. Everything that I'm showing you is an idea of ritual. And so I want you to understand who our leaders are. I want you to understand what they are doing. And that these things that we see, this war in Iraq, is a ritual. That's why the shock and awe struck Nebuchadnezzar using the Moabs. It's ritual. When you look to the Y2K celebration, that was ritual. When you're looking into warfare, it is ritual. And this is why I look at things from this perspective, and this is why I seem to be getting him right. So somehow the Temple Mount will be stormed on the July 4th. This is my prediction. I have no idea. Maybe I'm going to crush my credibility by throwing this out there. But, I did predict 9/11. I didn't tell anyone because I didn't think I was right. I didn't know. I just was following the plan. I said, well, this makes sense. And if you want that explanation, just go back to the original Freezone on Oracle Broadcasting Archives, and I give you the whole story of how I predicted 9/11 and what its meaning was. But we got Barack Hussein Obama coming out with these two titles, Barack and Hussein, Israel and Palestine, and we have his prediction or his use of the Hopi prophecy for the end of the world. And we have the correlation with Barack Akhenaten working to unify the religion of Amen. We have the push for the world court using W and Rumsfeld. Why Cheney's slipping the noose, I don't know. We have the push of Barack wanting the Israeli borders back to pre-1967 dates. And we have all these Templar connections with the 4th of July, and they're wanting this Temple Mount. And I have stated before, if you go back to Alex Ansari's TV show, I believe that this is part of the game plan because they are performing this ritual, and it does all culminate coming into 2012. So there you have it. I hope to come to more conclusions about this, but it struck me. And then it continued to strike me, and that's the way these things work for me. Like I'll get some little tidbit, it'll get me thinking about certain things, and then there'll be more tidbits that will drop into my life. That's the same story for the Anna Nicole Brittany story. It was synchromystical. It was all sorts of different weird stories coming together to form a pattern, and this is the pattern that is formed for the 4th of July at the Temple Mount. We'll see. We will see. Now, I had made another prediction that W would be the last American president. When I said that W would be forced into office and he would be the last American president, I didn't know that I'd have to get so specific in my own details because I didn't realize, if Akhenaten is also is really from Kenya, then he is not an American president. And this, of course, opens the door for our next Nazi president, Arnold Schwarzenegger. But when I said W would be the last American president, I certainly was not trying to state that America was going to end at that moment, but that they were going to start opening the pathways to this new world order, which has America slated to be the shopping mall / theme park. And that's why we're all being engineered into service industry. That's why all of the manufacturing's being moved into other nations is because we're the shopping mall of the world. That's what America is slated to be. It'll be broken down into regions, and the capitals will be in Atlanta and Georgia. And this is all in the plans. It's all been stated. I've been looking at this since the early 90s. And so when we look at this prediction, take it as you will, and hopefully it won't just run me down. But I'm willing to take these chances. I'm willing to explore. I think that's the big difference between me and many others is that I don't have a platform to stand on. I don't have a soapbox I'm trying to fill. I am just merely exploring our world with you. And I love it. I love being here with you. I love talking about all this stuff. I love trying to explore new ideas and thoughts. I wish I had gotten to your phone calls because I truly would have liked to have heard some of your thoughts on this this idea. If you want to look into the symbolism of Arnold being president, go and check out my interview. It's somewhere there on Freeman TV or on Google. I don't remember the name of it now, but just Google Freeman and Arnold Schwarzenegger. You'll find it in the Olympics. It was as we were deciphering all the signs and symbols of the Olympics. 1984 Olympics, they had a big flying saucer hanging over the crowd there. That was pretty interesting. You can see that in my film on HARP. All this type of symbolism constantly coming back, and the constant reference to this Illuminati masters, these gods that are coming down that have no sin, according to the Pope. Definitely Obama is going to be the disclosure president. I have no doubt about that. It's already coming up in the news. I meant to bring that up. Let's see if I can find it real fast. But he is definitely working towards being the disclosure president. Let's see if we can find that real fast. Yes. So, and I had Dr. Michael Sala on my show, and we discussed the different alien races dealing with planet Earth, and you can find that at freemantv.com as well. So we go on to the transparency and the open government that Barack Obama is bringing about. Goes on to say that they are going to start to release all of this data. He says, for a long time now, there's been too much secrecy in this city. The old rules said that if there was a defensible argument for not disclosing something to the American people, then it should not be disclosed. That era is now over. Starting today, every agency and department should know that this administration stands on the side, not of those who seek to withhold information, but those who seek to make it known. And this bold initiative is going to bring about the UFO files. So we're going to keep looking at this thing, my friends, and it's going to just get stranger and stranger, and I'm so glad I'm here to share it with you. It's your host, Freeman. I'll see you all next week. Loving you all.